Yo, happy new year, ladies and gentlemen. It is December 30th, so tomorrow is New Year's Eve. Today I'm coming at you with a strategy I actually never shared with anybody. So if you do find this video helpful, consider subscribing and liking and sharing to spread the knowledge, because that's the way it should be. Cool. So this strategy we started implementing roughly around, I want to say like October, November, really when we started scaling towards in quarter four. And this has to do with hook testing. So basically last year we did 90% of our revenue through TikTok organic. And this year around, I was like, hey, let's start utilizing some of that content and figuring out how can we make some money off of this existing content. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is actually share my my iPhone screen, and hopefully you guys can see this nice and clear. But last year, towards actually the beginning of the year, I created this one piece of content over here, which is about a minute long, and you can see it has 300,000 views. It is this piece of content right here. So I'm going to go ahead and play this piece of content. Then I'm going to talk about it, and then I'm going to show you exactly what we did to this piece of content for it to generate us hundreds of thousands of dollars. So let's go ahead and play this piece of content.
Today we're making a custom pup ring for Cheyenne, who lost her dog Puppers quite recently. Her good friend Ashley actually reached out to us, and we knew we just had to make this happen. I personally have lost my furry best friend Tippy about a year ago, so know just how hard it is to move on. And that's actually why Pup Ring was created, to give a sense of memorial and remembrance to the furry little friends we so love. I definitely hope that this ring for Puppers fills at least a little bit of that hole in your heart, and that you're reminded of all the good and fun memories you had with your little guy. With that said, the whole team here at Pup Ring is wishing you a very happy birthday, Cheyenne, with lots of memories and smiles. Definitely a big shout out to your friend Ashley for making this happen. We wish you all the best, and thank everyone here at TikTok, because without you guys, none of this would be possible.
Boom. So that's the piece of content. That was that went viral organically in 2021. And in 2022, we were kind of approaching the period where Christmas was coming around, and we were like, hey, how can we utilize some existing content? How can we make some money off of something that's already made money? So here's exactly what we did. We basically took existing pieces of content that were winning, and the entire strategy revolves around taking an existing piece of content that has some proof behind it and testing out new variations and angles ahead of that piece of content. Essentially, you're testing the hooks. Now, how did we do this? We went and analyzed every piece of viral content that previously went viral, and we said, how can we make this piece of content better? Now, this specific piece of content hits the angle of emotion, right? We're talking about this girl, and this is a true story. This is a true story about a girl who sent us an email asking if we can create a ring for her friend. And now this piece of content originally went viral on TikTok just as it is, without showing no girl at the beginning or nothing. And we were like, hey, how can we make this piece of content even better? Well, what we came up with was adding at the very beginning of the piece of content a hook. And you can see right here,
I ordered a pup ring.
Today we're making a custom pup ring.
And then the video plays. Now, what's very interesting about this, and what I want to kind of break down on why it worked and why this change, as you will see in a minute, resulted in a significant decrease in cost per action and the ability for us to scale this piece of content, is because when a user and when a viewer sees a person, right, especially at the very beginning of any ad, it connects them to that ad even more. It's a human, right? And when this girl is at the very beginning saying, I ordered a pup ring, they're thinking this is the girl that I'm talking about in the video. Now, I don't need to specify that. That's people making that inferration, right? They're inferring that that's the girl, talked about in the video. So just that small edit, and this is the strategy, right? just that small edit allowed us to take a piece of content that you can see over here, T022, which is that piece of content, when ran alone was getting around $29 cost per purchases. You can see down here, $30 cost per purchases. When added, that hook on absolutely dropped like 50%. Like you can see here, instead of $30 cost per purchase, we're getting $20 cost purchases, $21 cost per purchases, $15 cost per purchases. At scale, this here got 76 purchases at $22 cost per purchases. Blended, we dropped from doing $29, $30 cost per purchases to $23 cost per purchases by just adding a few seconds additional to the video and letting that run by strategically thinking of how can we improve this piece of content. So simply said, that's all we did. We did this now with a bunch of other pieces of content, and that is one of the secrets that we've kind of kept to ourselves that allowed us to scale. Utilize old pieces of content that are working, that have worked in the past, add new little secret bits to the beginning, strategize those, and test them. And you will more than likely be surprised at the outcome that you get. With that said, I hope you guys have a happy new year. And let's crush 2023 together. Cheers.